Fear Street Part 2 is what we're looking for.
That's right.
With the whole witch part of it, where would you put that? Like, not really put it, but like, do you find it intimidating or like kind of creepy or what?
The witch part of Fear Street adds that deviltry or that book of necro. I don't want to say the word wrong.
Necromancy or something.
There you go. It adds that weird part that is not just a horror. It's not just a slasher. It's not just. It's something that even when they thought they had finished it, they was reminded that I'll never stop.
Yeah.
It's like because like when you put yourself in these movies and everything, when it comes down to witchcraft, there's no way of getting rid of witchcraft when you're in it.
Yeah.
Like you can see it to the end, but eventually the witch. Now you can go the supernatural. You burn the bones of the witch. There's always little small ways that they came out, but you got to find that way. But when it boils down to it, if you believe in the good part or the heaven or all that goes with that, then you believe in the bad part that goes with that. And if you're caught in that area, if you made it there, there's not many ways to get out of it. So that part I like, because if it was just
slashers.
It was just a slasher, one person in town going crazy. Like it had a lot. It reminded me of Scream.
Yeah, it felt like the 90s.
Like Scream.
Slashers.
The thing with Scream is like we knew it was a person in a black hood with a ghost face mask doing a killing. Let's figure out who it was. The killings were some were funny, some were scary, a lot of jump scares, but in the end, you kill the person, you get to the end of it. Yeah. If it's a witch that's possessing people randomly, it adds a new element of horror to the actual film.
And I think that's kind of what made it, or giving it legs to even have more than one. Because if it was just a slasher, they could have ended it in a few minutes. But I'm looking forward to Part 2 and Part 3. I think they were pretty good. Mm-hmm. It's something that I think is gonna, help you get some more entertainment throughout the summer, especially in the month of July.
Definitely, just like it just you put yourself in the mind frame of matter of fact, man, I think I wrote this down, Cole, in preparing for that.
Oh,
sure did. Let me see. No. It was the things about the movie that I liked was the songs.
The soundtrack.
Insane. Yeah, there you go. Bam. I put on here. I put they up front they told you if I'm not mistaken, 1994.
1994.
All right. I put myself in the thing. I said, well, man, that's the year I pledged. I mean, I graduated in 92. I'd have been in college, blah, blah, whatever. I heard the song Insane in the Membrane by Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Wow. One of the songs in the background was playing Snoop Dogg's This Is For The G's and This Is For The Hus. I was like, yeah. So I watched the movie in the 90s mindset.
Yeah.
Not 2021, where I was like, oh, man, all I got to do is, Google this or whatever, or I'd have this. So, I put myself in the 90s and I watched it with my children, and they even asked questions like, well, you can go back and look at the cameras. I was like, well, we didn't really have all that. They had certain places that had cameras that could record, but it wasn't like...
Yeah, there wasn't a camera at every store.
Right.
Yes. So they said that toward the end, like in the grocery store, like why didn't they pull up the camera?
So I like that they captured the decade of the 90s. I like the lingo they used when they said blueberries and bananas, when they were talking about the pills. When the pill...
Oh, the little pill girl.
Yeah, the little pill girl. Because, my kids like blueberries, bananas. I mean, I never was a pill head, but I knew what they were talking about. So it was cool to explain to them. One of the questions that came to me was, Dad, like, even watching, said, that was your computers? Like this big old AOL and... that's
one-piece monitor with a keyboard in the front. Yeah.
My kids told me to ask you this. They said that it was Bree, actually. She said that the killers... The whole thing reminded her of the video game Left 4 Dead.
I never played it.
Left 4 Dead. I had to remember the Left 4 Dead where there was a witch, there was a stalker, like a killer.
Oh, with the axe.
Yeah, there was an axe. There was a little boy. So I said, yeah, pretty much, because Left 4 Dead was one of the first-person shooters where you go around trying to get out of a town and all these things were coming at you.
And it had the different characters. Right. Okay, I never thought about it. I never played the Left 4 Dead.
Outside of one scene in that movie that I didn't care for, put myself in that, when I get the whole the wish will stop coming from me. The witch will stop from me after I die. That's why it stopped.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to kill myself and be resuscitated. Okay, cool. Immediately I thought about one of the best ways to do it is to drown. Immediately I thought about that.
That was my first thought. Like, why y'all not drowning her?
Not the pop pills and watch you
pass out.
Watch you pass out and then assume, okay, she's dead now, let's pump her stomach. So when she finally drowned, and they began to get the little adrenaline things and stuck her with 5,
6, 7. They hit her with a bunch.
I was like, heart's gonna explode.
My thought was, that's not how you bring somebody back.
Right.
Like, why did y'all not take PE? They
Right.
teach you CPR and PE.
Because they gave her all that first, then tried to give her mouth to mouth.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Yeah, so
But also, it's dumb kids.
True. I had to
I
keep reminding myself, before I was a teacher, that I know CPR in the 90s. I'd heard of it, but if a person dropped dead or said I'm drowning, I'd look at him like,
you pressing their chest, get the water out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I thought that would have been common sense. I feel like I knew how to pump up somebody's chest a long time.
But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing, because they show some flashes. They show some flashes of what the next one's going to be about, which actually some things that they had showed in this. With some of the characters that were coming get them, that was following the blood.
Yeah.
They're going to show how those characters came
to be. Yeah.
So I'm interested in seeing that. I liked it. I mean, I'm not one to look at something unless it's like flying sharks or something crazy.
Yeah.
To look at something and find all the faults with it. I like to find some entertainment. And for me, being a 90s, not born in the 90s, unless y'all want to say that. Anyway, knowing I lived my life in the 90s, I was able to put myself in that category and be like, that's pretty much how things were. Yeah. That's how it would have been.
So it was accurate to you.
Yeah. If someone was trying to come get me and I was on USL campus, where would I, if I was on campus, that's what I was thinking. Where would you go? Not this beautiful school y'all have now with this amazing library and amazing union. No, if we had this little small third world looking
it wasn't
camp. Well, I mean,
the union was
I spent most of my better days in my life in college in there. But anyway, where would you go? So I enjoyed it, man. Kind of I'm this close to saying, you know what, Cole? I'm going to put this in mind. I'm going to write a horror script, give it to you. You're going to look at it and say, yeah, but you're going to put that code to it. That, yeah, but man, and then we're going to find somebody to like make our vision come to life, and we're going to be millionaires. I speak that. We're going to make, because I know what scares. I know what scares people. What makes you jump is what makes you think. So I want a horror movie that makes you think.
I have a whole lot to say about that. We'll talk about that.
All right.
But those are the the Fear Street thoughts as well, and we'll probably get together for 2 and 3. And,
definitely.
And chat them up. So look forward to that. Man, I would never make a movie, Yogi. Ever.
No.
Never.